What we're doing as First Nations on the North Coast is collaborating to help define greenhouse gases, which is a global problem. It's not a problem that just we can fix alone in BC or Canada. And understanding that, working together, and as First Nations leaders, we have to take an active role in doing that. And that's what we're doing here today. It's a celebration to sign an MOU where we'll work together and work with the necessary parties, whether that be government or industry, to help have the cleanest, greenest projects in BC.
If it's possible for an LNG project to go forward that enables Canada and British Columbia to exceed our targets for reduction through ITMOs and enable these leaders to alleviate poverty in their communities, why wouldn't we do that? And this initiative is intended to initiate a dialogue amongst everybody, including the critics, to determine whether that's possible, and if it is, what we have to do to make it happen.
With the announcement of LNG Canada made last October, with the largest private sector investment decision in Canadian history happening in Haisla territory, we can see the changes and the benefits of our people. As First Nations leaders, it's our responsibility for not only protecting our environment in terms of our experience within this province and the economies that have happened and drastically impacted our territories negatively, but it's also our responsibility for the social aspect of our people. Provide opportunity, provide solutions. I've personally experienced poverty growing up. I've seen suicides in our communities. I have personally been affected by all of these negative impacts. We don't only have the responsibility of protecting our own environments within our traditional lands. Our territories aren't in a bubble and aren't protected from what happens in China or Japan. We need to have real solutions for the global impacts of GHGs. And that's what we as leaders are working together to provide, so that what we live off of and what has sustained us since time immemorial in our traditional territories has a chance at survival.
We need to work together to develop policies, and we will work together to develop policies with government that will create a framework of how we can begin building our economies based on the policies around climate change. And I think it's important that we keep our people in mind, the very people that we represent.